What's up, y'all? This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and this is a reading for the sign of Cancer. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs, or wherever you have Cancer in your chart. You get the Empress card popping out there. It's a good sign. Just wanted to say that cross watchers are welcome, but please keep in mind that roles can be reversed, so just place yourself where you fit. Two of Cups popping out. What else? This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does, leave the rest for somebody else. It could be that part of this reading is for you and other parts aren't. Just keep that in mind, okay? Because all kinds of stuff comes through here. Oh yeah, forgive me. Pop my LaCroix here. So, Cancer. I don't know. The energy's interesting. The energy's interesting. That's just what I'll say for now. We'll get into it, get some cards out. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful. We know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide Cancer for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Seven of Cups. See, yeah, it's so funny because the general energy I was getting was like, okay, this is definitely like feeling some, how do I explain it? See, it's confusing. That's exactly what it is. It's confusing because it feels romantic. It feels like watery, emotional, whatever, but it's just, I don't know, the energy that came through was immediately confusing. So yeah, this is totally about confusion and illusion and having options, okay? You may have option paralysis, okay? Hierophant coming out in reverse. I don't think you know what you want to commit to here, Cancer. Can we get some more info on the table, Spirit? This is funny energy. It's really got me all fucked up. Excuse my language. The energy's funny. Wow. Okay. Anything else for Cancer, Spirit? I know we got some other stuff coming out. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. I can't take all of that, Spirit. No way. Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. I think you might be... Yeah, that's so funny. It's the same exact thing. I'm sorry. Hierophant in reverse again, and the Two of Wands. Okay, you literally, dude. I'm sorry. Cancer. Your energy is so funny right now. It's like... You just don't know what you want to commit to. It doesn't even have to be people. It could be that you're just looking, you know what I mean? You're just looking out. I don't know why this is making me laugh, because I'm just like, what is this? Okay, no, it's a totally valid place to be. It's just so funny because you're just, you know, it's almost like, I'm sorry, dude, you're gonna totally die. It's almost like you're indecisive because you're just looking at everything. It's almost like you're the person in line who like can't choose what kind of ice cream they want. I'm sorry, because there's just so many flavors. You're like, I don't know, and you're just like I feel like you're not stressed about it. You know, I don't feel like you're stressed about it. I just think you're just kind of like, you know. I'm sorry, it's such a funny attitude. I don't know why it's making me laugh so hard. I'm just like, it's so cute. It's funny. All of these? Come on. The Spirit does this to me, and I'm like, what the heck? The World card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you're kind of... I'm not trying to be mean. You're kind of holding yourself up here. What's going on? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. You got too many freaking... Yep. I'm sorry. You've got pages and you got knights. Okay. I just feel like you've got... No wonder you don't know, because you're conflicted. You are conflicted. There's competition here. There's too many freaking people on the table right now, dude. Oh my god. You've got the Princess of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign, but this is also the Page of Wands. So this is someone who's like passionate and fun, and you know what I mean? They're sexy, but they're just kind of like don't really know what the hell they want. They don't know what they're doing with their life. I'm sorry. I get it. But But you got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. It's coming out in the reverse. So this person is coming off as pretty emotionally needy is what I'm getting. Like emotionally immature, definitely. Then you've got the Prince of Swords coming out. This is the Knight of Swords. So this is somebody who's just like a little bit, like, I'm getting irrational. Like, I feel like this person just kind of like pops off. Like, they're the type of person where you'll be like, I don't know, like in a busy place where there's other people around and you'll be talking and this person just like says something really like loud and obnoxious, or like just like, I don't know, I'm just getting this is the type of person that's just kind of like this. Okay, the Princess of Cups is coming through as someone who just like over texts. Like this is somebody who is just like texting you a lot, and I don't know, I just think that you know, that's just the thing. That's, you know, yeah, okay, because if you look at the Princess of Cups, they've got a little bag with a bunch of scrolls in it, and I'm just attracted to look at that because I feel like they are literally sending you lots of messages, maybe emotionally charged messages where you're just like, okay. Then you've got the Prince of Swords here in reverse is just totally talking about someone who's like, you know, or they'll just kind of like, they're the type of person to like hit you up out of the blue and be like, can I come over? It's like that, you know what I mean? This is someone who's like fast moving and fast communicating, where they're just like, you know, and then they might come over and be like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You're just like sitting here with your feet up in your pajamas or whatever. Like, what do you know what I mean? Come on, let's go somewhere, you know? It's like, it's annoying. Like, there's just, because when the energy comes out in reverse, that's like what it's like, you know, the way I'm reading it right now. So no wonder you're just kind of like, God. You're so funny, dude. I'm sorry, I could just tell you're just like, you don't want to commit to any of these people. I think that this Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands over here is like, they're hot, but like they don't make you happy. Like you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse coming out next to them. I just don't think they make you happy. You know, I think that this is like, you're not, no wonder you're not making a choice, because I don't think you're satisfied with any of these options, to be honest with you. Not at all. I think you're just having fun. But I think you're starting to realize that some of these options are actually like causing you like more mental conflict than it's worth. And I think you're getting ready to like kind of, you're just like, you know, like you know what I mean? I think that you're ambitious and you do, like, you know what I mean, you're looking out into the world and, you know, but I feel like you're kind of like, don't get too pompous, okay? Like, that's just something that Spirit just came through, is like, don't get too pompous that you have all these, like, people just, like, you know, like, fawning over you or hitting you up or pining over you or, like, you know what I mean? Because you might start to let it get to your head and, like, you just be like, I don't know, who do I want? You know what I mean? Like, just be careful about that energy, because it's just kind of like, you might enjoy the competition a little bit, and that can kind of come off like, because with the Five of Wands, it's like, I'm just getting, because like you've got these snakes, and these two snakes at the top, because this is like a Medusa rendition, which is cool in this deck, but the two snakes are like touching tongues and like look kind of satisfied with themselves and a little sneaky, and you know, so I just feel like you might be feeling a little bit like, hey, you know. And also the thing is too, is like, do these people know that you like are talking to like all these people, you know, like, so you might secretly be feeling like in a power position, and like be careful of that power dynamic, because it can be kind of unhealthy, which is also, I think, why the Hierophant is coming out in reverse, because it might be that these people actually don't have knowledge of each other, and it also can be that, like, you're obviously not interested in committing to these people. Like, this is talking about lack of commitment for sure, but, like, I'm also getting that, yeah, that it might be an unhealthy power dynamic, okay? So keep that in mind, you know what I mean? These feel like younger people, too. There might be an age gap between you and these people. I'm almost getting, like I said, actually, I think I missed that at the beginning of this reading. I usually say that gender is fluid, okay? And that, like, to not get hung up on gender. So I think it's funny because I actually noticed that I didn't say that at the beginning, but I'm saying it now. Gender is fluid, so don't get hung up on this. But I feel like you might actually be a older man, okay? And I just don't know why I'm getting that. And you're, like, dating these young girls, okay? And now, if that's not you, it doesn't mean it's not your reading. But for whoever that is for, I'm just here to tell you that that is a power dynamic, and it may be a power dynamic that you enjoy a little bit too much, and I think that that's kind of unhealthy. And I just want to say that, like, yeah, if these younger girls, I'm not saying they're like young, like inappropriately young, it's whatever, that's, you know, I feel like it depends on, your opinion, you know what I mean? Right? But I'm not saying they're underage, okay? That's what I'm saying. Is this is consensual, it's fine. But I'm just saying that, you know, yeah, if these younger women are attracted and interested in you, right, then like it's not like, you know what I mean, a bad thing necessarily here. I feel like these people want your attention, but at the same time, I think you need to be like cautious that, you know what I mean, like sometimes, and especially I'm getting from this Princess of Cups over here, is that it's really, it's cute and it's sad, but you know what I mean, but it's real, because you have to understand that younger women, and yes, I do think, and like I said, gender is fluid, and you know what I mean, it's all subjective, and so don't get hung up on this, but this is just what I'm channeling, and this is the truth, you know, is that a lot of times AFABs do develop emotionally a lot quicker than AMABs. And if you don't know what those acronyms mean, you can look it up, but it's just assigned female at birth, women, right, assigned male at birth, men, not always interchangeable, but not always synonymous, okay, but whatever. So I'm just saying that that yes, typically women, just to be for brevity, typically women do develop emotionally a lot quicker than men do, okay? This is just, I'm sorry, men, don't get offended. It's just what I've observed and what many, many, many people have observed over time. It's not an insult, it's just reality, and I think that it's unfortunate because it's societal as well. It's not just like a psychological, physical thing. I think it has to do with what women are actually forced to focus on at a young age, which is being nurturing, caring for others, being the bigger person, you know, forgiving people, yada, yada, yada. Whereas boys, I think a lot of times are taught to, you know what I mean, stifle their emotions, and they're taught, you know what I mean? So there's like a lot more focus on emotional development for women as a matter of, you know, reaching expectation, to be honest with you, because they're meant to be polite. They're supposed to be nice. They're supposed to be caring and all these things. So there's all these emotional prerequisites to being a lady, being a good woman, right? Whereas for men, it's like a lot of the prerequisites are, you know, stifling your emotion and not having emotion. And the only healthy emotion, you know, that's helpful is anger or whatever. But you know what I mean? So there's like anger and rage is praised a lot because it's like, oh, you're powerful, oh, you're scary, you know, but it's like being soft and gentle and kind is seen as being effeminate. So you see what I'm saying here? But the reason why I say all of that is that I feel like this particular female is emotionally immature, and they might even be like emotionally wounded in some way, and that might be part of the reason why that they like are wanting your attention so much and sending you all these messages and getting like all wrapped up in this situation. But like, you're not interested in committing to this person, and you might be really putting them in a position to kind of like get hurt emotionally, and I just don't think that's very cool, you know what I mean? So like I said, this may or may not resonate with everybody out there, like, you know, but that was for somebody. So anyway, Cancer, there are many of you out there, so let's go ahead and move forward. For whoever you are, you definitely have these options who are just a little bit immature, could be younger than you, doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm getting. And I just don't feel like, you know, you feel conflicted in this situation, but it's not like you know, you already know. Six of Cups. Yeah, totally. I'm getting that this is like, because the Six of Cups talks about, you know, a couple different things. Prince of Wands. Yeah, I think you're playing in the field here, Cancer. Definitely. And I definitely think that you're like, maybe nostalgic for your younger days. No offense. And I think that might be what the Six of Cups is about. Knight of Pentacles, you're fine on your own. It's not like you really need a partner here. I think you're just having fun playing the field and kind of like having your choice at things, because you're kind of realizing that you're like a desirable person, you know, and I think that you're like, but I think you're kind of selling yourself short. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got the Sun card coming out. I'm just going to say it. You got the Sun card coming out, and you've also got the Four of Swords. So here's what I'm getting, is that I feel like that you have done a lot of healing, and you're in a place where that like you are, I feel like you're pretty happy on your own here. And I feel like that you engaging with these people, and I'm not judging you. It's not my job to judge. But what I'm saying is that like, it's almost just like, it's just for fun, dude. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm just going to say it flat out. Like, you're not happy with this Nine of Cups in reverse down here. You know, it's competition and conflict. And you might be having to deal with these people's insecurities, or like they're kind of like, you know, their lack of whatever it is bringing to the table that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, yeah, I feel like you're the type of person where, like, you may have actually spent, like, a lot of time alone in your life as well. So, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that I think that, you know, you're inexperienced. You know, I actually think that you have a lot of life experience. I think for the Cancers I'm talking to here, I also think with the Four of Swords here, like, you've spent a lot of time working on yourself. You are pretty enlightened here with the Sun card coming out. And I feel like you're kind of getting into some, like, what's the word? Like I said, the Six of Cups coming out just tells me that you might be, like, kind of nostalgic for, like, you know, the chase, or, like, nostalgic for, like, the fun and the thrill and the fight and the competition and the, you know, the options and the, you know what I mean? Like, I think that this is fun for you to a certain extent, but it's almost kind of dipping in a little bit to, like, I think you're above this, like, to be honest with you. Like, I think you're kind of, like I said, that kind of arrogant, like, pompous energy that I was getting at the beginning. Like, I think that's part of why I got that energy, is because you actually are healing and reaching for your happiness, or you have healed and you are happy and enlightened. So this is kind of like you going backwards a little bit, like, not gonna lie. And I'm not, like I said, it's not my job to judge you. If you're having fun and it's consensual, like, cool. But I also think you're kind of like, you know, like I said, this power dynamic, you're not looking for commitment, or you're definitely not interested in committing to these people, but you're still kind of, in a way, might even be pitting them against each other, or kind of just playing the field and playing games, and, you know what I mean? And just kind of, it's a little bit sneaky, not to lie, like, you know, and, like, not, and I'm not trying to be rude, but it also, that's how it feels. It feels like a little bit like sly, and you feel kind of sly, and, you know, and you feel like desired, and so you're, you know, you're just kind of like, who do I want? You know what I mean? Because they all want me, right? Because you wouldn't be sitting there asking yourself, who do I want, if you weren't in the position of power. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you would be like, you know, which one of them wants me? It would be the other way around. Do you get what I'm saying here? So anyway, that's what I'm getting. Spirit is kind of trying to say that, like, yeah, you're totally juggling. Look, this Two of Pentacles just popped right out. Yeah, you're juggling, and I really do think it is beneath you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually think it's kind of you reverting a little bit, and I'm not saying that you're moving backwards in your healing process or in your enlightenment so much, but I think you're kind of dipping into a way that maybe you were in the past. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you used to be like that, or maybe you've just kind of, like, I don't think you've gotten bored with your life. There's not a whole lot coming through about your life specifically right now. Besides, I do see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Wands, the Empress, King of Pentacles. Interesting. So maybe you just don't have a committed relationship with someone who's, like, your equal right now. And so, you know, maybe you don't have any, like, really serious solid offers coming in, so you're just kind of like, fuck it, you know, like, I'll just have some fun then, like, you know, these people want me, so, you know, it's just for fun or whatever. But it's not fulfilling you. It's not emotionally fulfilling for you, and you are juggling, and it is creating some conflict and competition, and, you know, it may be making you feel like you've got the world in the palm of your hands and whatever, and you're on fire and you're hot and all this sort of thing. But, like, I'm also just getting that, like, you might be kind of, like, keeping some knowledge. Like, I don't think these people have knowledge of each other, and that's part of the power dynamic that you enjoy, you know. And the reason why I'm saying all this, Cancer, too, is for your highest good. Like, I'm not sitting here judging you, but I would be lying to you if I didn't, you know, channel what Spirit was telling me to say, okay? Because that's the point of tarot. That's the reason why I do tarot, is so that we can dig deeper and talk about the things that you might need to work on, or the things you might not want to look at, okay? So it could be, you know, about you or others, you know? But in this situation, I just think that, you know, you may like to be at the top of the pyramid, you know what I mean? So I think that you're enjoying being in this power dynamic, but I think you need to understand that, like, there's certain people who are going to be fine at the end of the day if you do play that sort of game with them, and, you know, like, they can even consent to it. Like, I think that would be different if you were to, like, you know, but most people don't like being toyed with, and I think part of the fun for people, and which I really don't agree with this, but it's not, you know, I think that it can be harmful, is what I'm trying to say, but I do think that part of the fun for people usually is that these people don't know that they're being toyed with, you know, and they don't know that they are definitely not commitment material to this person, right? And that they're definitely just for fun, and that they're, you know, just one of many and all that sort of thing. Like, most people don't fucking like that, you know? So if you told them that, it would ruin the fun. It would ruin the magic of it, because these people wouldn't be pining over you the way they are because they feel special. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of dynamic is really unhealthy, you know? And I think that it can be really harmful to people. So I think that the reason why this is coming up for you, Cancer, is because, you know, like, you have really done a lot of inner work, you know? I do think that you have really worked on yourself. You are a powerful person, I'm also getting that you are very ambitious, and that you have a lot of, you know, passion, and that you are really vibrant and full of life. You are definitely somebody who, you know, like, you are an attractive person, like, energetically attractive too. But, like, you know, playing these games with people is just like, you know, I'm just laughing because it's funny. It's funny. It really is funny. And it's funny because it's almost like, I don't want to say it's entitled, dude, but I'm just saying, like, it's somebody who's sitting there who's, like, loving all the flavors of ice cream in front of them, just like, oh, I don't know, can I try that one? But, like, I don't know if I really want a whole bowl of it, but, like, I'll try some, you know? Oh, that's a funky flavor, like, let me try some of that, like, holding up the line. But it's like, other people are like, I know exactly what kind of bowl of ice cream I want, and I just have to wait for this fucking person to figure it out, you know? So it's almost like, you know, when you do that with people, you can actually even block other people from finding others who might want to commit to them, because they're all wrapped up with you, thinking that you're, like, you know, like, they might be serious about you, you know, but you might not be serious about them, but you might not be telling them that. That's the part that I don't like about this energy, is that you're kind of playing games with them, you know what I mean? Like, there's some people, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, this Princess of Wands seems like she'd be fine, like, she seems like she's just having fun too. You know, and she's at least coming out in the upright, you know what I mean? And they, I mean, you know, like, don't get caught up on gender, but this person is at least coming out in the upright, so I feel like that they actually are just in it for fun also, and they kind of seem like definitely, like, moving in the direction of being, like, a little bit more, like, closer to being your equal, but they're still not your equal, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're still equal in value to you. It's not like you're better than this person, but I'm just saying that they're not on the same level, they're not, like, and that just means, like, with life experience, you know, I'm saying that they could be a very intelligent, enlightened, you know, healed, badass, ambitious, loving person, all those things, right? But, like, it's just still a power dynamic, you know, because, like, they're still, you know, they're still younger than you, they still have less life experience, you know, all that. They might still be, like, the type of person who wants to, like, you know, travel and go to festivals and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting anyway, you know? But whereas you are pretty, like, you know, doing your thing here. So anyway, let's get some more cards on the table. How much do we have? Okay. All right, thank you, Spirit. Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, something tells me that you're not communicating completely with these people. Wow, all of these just came out in reverse, Cancer. So, okay. There's a reason why we're talking about this, okay? Like I said, it's not for me to judge you or to be like, you're awful, you shouldn't be playing games with people's hearts and stuff. Like, you know, I'm not bitter anymore, okay? I'm healed. but I'm talking to you as a friend, okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking to you as somebody who's, like, you know, offended by what you're doing. I'm just saying, like, be careful playing with people, because, you know, it can turn out to be not good, okay? You know, so you've got the Three of Cups in reverse here. So I feel like this is like a couple of things. So you've also got the Three of Pentacles coming out in reverse. So you've got 2 threes coming out in reverse here side by side. And, like, that's telling me that, like, this kind of, like, scenario here, you've got 3 people on the table. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Like, this is very much saying that this situation is, you know, I just don't think it's good, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about this, because you are having a certain amount of confusion and conflict and split energy, okay? That's what I'm really getting, is split energy, because your focus is in all these different places, and it's kind of making you a little bit, like, too big for your britches here. That's not always the best energy for you in general in life, okay? You do have the Sun card coming out, so I think in general, like, you're doing really well, But like the fact that you're not interested in committing to these people, it just, you know, I just don't think you're communicating that to them. And I just don't think that's very cool. So ultimately, I think that it might be bad for you because I'm sorry, I just got that these people might end up actually like oh, you're gonna hate this, Cancer. Okay, I don't know if you live in like a pretty tight-knit community like I do, but like everybody knows everybody, dude. And so like, you know, you might think that like these people all just like are unbeknownst to one another and they have no knowledge of each other in general, like, but they might end up like bumping into each other, meeting each other, getting to know each other. They might meet at an event or like a class or something, and like then they might end up talking, and it might come up that they're like seeing somebody who's like this really great yada yada, and they want to brag about them or something, brag about you, Cancer, and then someone will be like, wait, what? Like, that sounds a lot like the person I'm seeing. And they'll be like, is their name whatever? And they'll be like, yeah. And then they show pictures, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, you're literally dating the same person, and like I have no idea that they're dating other people. Like, that could literally happen to you. Like, holy shit. I hate that for you. It's so funny, but I love it at the same time because the universe would do that to you. Because if you're doing this and you're not like being honest, then like it could happen. It could happen. Okay, so next out you've got the 5 of Swords coming out in the reverse, and you've also got the 7 of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. So what this is telling me is that like I think that you could potentially, like I said, that this could be harmful to people here. Like, this could hurt somebody's feelings. Especially this Princess of Cups, whoever they are. I don't know why I get that for sure, that this person could get their feelings hurt. But the 5 of Swords in reverse is kind of like I think you could steer the ship on this one, because if the 5 of Swords upright is like, this is a situation where there's winners and losers here, and there's 2 people in the background, like, you know, they're crying and upset because they they lost the battle, right? This can also talk about self-sabotage or petty drama, stuff like that. So it coming out in the reverse is kind of telling me that you could avoid this, right? Like, I'm just saying, dude, you could avoid this. And with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like I don't think you're going to get much out of this. Like, this is, because this is talking about like being patient and waiting for the fruits of your labors. And this is coming out in reverse. It can talk about impatience, or that the wait is over. But I'm not getting that for this reading, like, because I don't really see you being patient or anybody being patient, really. Like, that's not really happening here. This is really just like an active situation. And then this comes out after the 5 of Swords in reverse. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, it's almost like you wasted your water. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be rude here, Cancer, but like that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that very strongly, that like you're not going to, this isn't going to bear a whole lot of fruit, this situation, because you went into it just for fun, and you went into it not trying to commit to anybody, you know what I mean? You went into it just to, you know, whatever, but it's not emotionally fulfilling for you. This 9 of Cups in reverse is telling me that it actually might be causing a little bit more mental fog and confusion and conflict, because you're juggling between these 3 people, you know what I mean? And Spirit's saying that it's just that you watered people's plants, and there wasn't really like, I don't know. I just think you wasted your water. That's just what's coming through for me. You know, just kind of being like caught up in the what do you call it? I almost said the pizzazz. It's not pizzazz. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Excuse my language. You got caught up in the what do you call it? Jeez, hold on. Yeah, kind of like the illusion, the sparkle, okay? I don't really know how else to say that. You got kind of caught up in the sparkle of it all, and you're kind of letting it feed your ego, right? And you're kind of like, ooh, you know what I mean? And then, like, at the end of the day, it's like you realize, like, this could actually turn out badly, you know? And maybe not entirely for you, but you don't know, man. People talk also. So if you play a bunch of people, and they end up finding out about it and talking to each other about it, it might not just be the three of them that end up talking about it, okay? It could actually end up coming out in other circles and situations, and I think that's part of why you might steer the ship a little bit here and be like, oh, I should probably let these people down easy and like end this little game I'm playing, because I don't really know if it's going to end well for them or for me, you know, and it may be fun right now and I might be like really eating it up, but like at the end of the day, it's not something that I'm trying to commit to, and I can't keep this up, you know what I mean, necessarily, because it's starting to become like a, you know, like it was fun, but it, you know, I'm not trying, like the whole point of tarot is to like get insight into potential outcomes, into things that, you know, shine the light on the darkness, things that you might need to look at, work on, things you might not know, all that sort of thing. So that's the point. So I'm not really necessarily saying like this will end badly, because you know, I don't know. Well, let's pull some cards. But I don't think it will end badly no matter what you do. I think that there's free will, and you know your situation better than I do. But, you know, obviously these aren't people you're just going to play games with for years, right? Like, you know that it'll end at some point for whatever reason. But I'm just saying that, like, some people get emotionally attached, and it can be very painful and harmful to this person eventually. This other person I'm getting is, like, they might talk about it to other people, though. That's something you should keep in mind, is this person might talk shit. Excuse my language. And this person, I think they're going to let it boost their ego, too. So I think they could walk away being like, you know, I just, you know, had this, like, fling and this affair, this wild love affair with this, like, you know, person who's just, like, so much older and more, like, you know, enlightened than me and shit, you know. Sorry, but like I catch that vibe from this person, is like, I think this other person is probably gonna like take it as an ego boost. I think they'll be okay, you know. They might even talk good of you to make their ego bigger, you know, to like make themselves look better. They might talk about you, but I don't think that they're gonna talk about you badly. But I just think you want to be careful, but if they hear about these other two people, then they're gonna think you're sleazy. Okay, so I think you should probably be careful. So, all right, thank you so much, Spirit. These were really, hopefully, insightful messages for Cancer. Can we go ahead and get out a couple Love Oracle cards here to help guide Cancer, please, Spirit? Okay, there's one. 1 second. Wow. Okay, wow, that's really interesting. So, your card is Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Wow. Well, that was a twist. I think that's really interesting here, because what I'm getting, and I'm being genuine with you too, is that like this person is the only one coming out in the upright. Just saying. These other two people are coming out in reverse. So I'm kind of getting that, like, this person is coming out right next to the Nine of Cups in reverse. So what I got from that was that this person isn't necessarily emotionally fulfilling for you, but it is passionate. You know, they're definitely much more your equal. Like, because there's similarities here. Like, even look at the Seven of Cups and the Princess of Wands. They could be a fire sign also, but do you see how these two people have body art? Like, I don't know if you can see that, but this person has body art, this person has body art, you know what I mean? Like, they're coming through as pretty, like, you know, I don't know why, but there's like sensual energy going on here for both people. Like, I just feel like your energy is a lot more compatible, or makes more sense to me. This person, like I said, I don't think they're emotionally immature. I just think that they're very passionate and have a lust for life. They may have a wanderlust too, is like what I was getting, is they might be the type of person who has traveled a lot or wants to travel, you know. They're the type of person who would totally like van life, you know, and stuff like that, which is like cute. It's not, I'm not judging them, you know, but I feel like you don't necessarily see, okay, here's the thing too, keep this in mind. On this side of the reading, you have the Hierophant in reverse above these two. The Prince of Swords in reverse and the Princess of Cups in reverse. So something is telling me that you definitely don't want to commit to either of these two. But this one, you have the Two of Wands. Like, you see all the stars in the background? Like, it's almost like you have stars in your eyes for this person. You know, you feel on fire. You've got the two wands there. It's almost like you see potential and possibility with this person in a way. you know? The Sun card is also on this half of the reading. And I do take that into account. And the Four of Swords is on this half. Which these two people definitely need healing of some sort because they're coming out in the reverse. I think that they're needy and pushy, you know? And you're kind of conflicted, not sure, but like, to be honest with you, like, because this heart is on fire too. Like, I just think it's really interesting. You want me to look at this? Two of Swords. You know, this is really interesting, Cancer. It's kind of a cool twist. Because I'm almost getting that, like, the reason why this may not be emotionally fulfilling is maybe because that's just not the nature of your relationship right now. Maybe because the nature of your relationship is much more, like, sexual and passionate and physical and, like, let's go and do things together and, like, adventurous and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that it's not possible because the Two of Swords talks about having your heart blocked. You know, and not really being able to see the way forward. But that's like a, there can be all reasons, but it's not being stuck. It's being blocked, okay? But the person is holding the swords themselves, right? And has the blindfold on. So if they were to set down the swords and take off the blindfold, then they could see their way forward. But because you have this confusion going on. But I think it's because you committed yourself to not committing. Does that make sense? You've kind of like, you've already decided that this is all just for fun, right? So in that way, it's kind of like you're coming at this situation from this kind of like, you know, from the top of the pyramid, kind of, so to speak. You're kind of coming at it from this, you know, you're in control, you're in power because you aren't opening your heart. So I'm kind of getting for you, Cancer, that you could potentially deepen your relationship with this Princess of Wands. I think that's possible. This card says transformation. So look, it's up to you. You decide what you want to do here. But my advice to you would be to let down these other two people, let them down easy. Let them down easy, and I think that you obviously have a lot of fun with this Princess of Wands. If you're not trying to commit necessarily to somebody right now, then it's not like a huge deal that it's not like emotionally fulfilling for you, right? Because that's not even your intention at this point, right? So in a way, it's kind of like, it's not a big deal, you know, but at least it seems like they're self-confident. It doesn't seem like they really need a whole lot from you, you know? I think that you really enjoy spending time with them. I think they enjoy spending time with you. I don't think that there's a whole lot of struggle and stress with this person. I just think that there's not a whole lot of emotional depth. But over here, it's like there's too much. This person is too emotional with you, and this other person is just like communicates too much, you know, and I just feel like this person is kind of sitting over here like in their power, you know. And also the Page of Wands, keep in mind, is also about brand new beginnings and the beginning of something new and passionate and exciting, and it's fresh, and it's honestly, it's like, you know, it's yeah, it's great, honestly. If these two cards weren't in reverse, I wouldn't say they're necessarily a bad thing, you know, but they are, and I think they need to heal, and I don't think that they, you know, yeah. So that's my advice to you. My advice to you is, you're like, which one? My advice would be to let down easy these other two people, whoever they are, and I would just focus on this one person and just see what happens, because it could potentially transform and could become a deeper relationship than what you have with them right now. And it might surprise you a lot. So, you know, and they seem like the type of person, like, the energy I'm getting from them is that they could be open to that. You know, I don't think that they would be opposed to it, you know. I just think that they're just okay with things as they are in the moment right now. So I don't think they're very pushy either, which is really cool. You know, I feel like they could be a little bit, like, sassy in the bedroom or something. I'm kidding. Meaning they could kind of be like, you know, like, you know, they could be pushy in that way, but, like, I don't think you mind. I'm sorry. Oh, it's funny. Oh, Jesus, Cancer, this is so funny. It's such a funny reading, too, honestly, like, because, you know, But like, I'm glad we got to dig a little deeper and talk about the other things that I was seeing that I think are a little problematic, and that, you know, that you should probably look at and check yourself, because we all need to check ourselves all the time. We're not perfect beings, and sometimes we fall into these dynamics that we don't even really realize what we're doing, and sometimes we need friends. Okay, I'm your friend to help us see what it is that we're doing and what we're into, like, you know, the situation we're in, and kind of, you know, help be like, give us some advice. So my advice, definitely let these people down easy, focus on this other like hottie toddy, okay, because they're hot, their little vibe is cute, it's fun, and I think that you'd be better off just focusing on that person and just take it one day at a time, because it seems like they're fine with that and you're fine with that. So, you know, just enjoy each other and just see where things go. It could eventually deepen, you know, and it could really surprise you. I'm getting that it could be really surprising, you know, because that seems like the part that's missing here is just the emotional intimacy and fulfillment, which, you know, you never know. That kind of thing happens spontaneously sometimes. I'm seeing spontaneous combustion here, baby. So what a cool reading. Yeah, it's a really cool reading, honestly. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something out of it and it resonated. Please don't be stingy with those likes. It really helps my channel grow. It's a new channel, but I have been reading tarot for a long time, upwards of like, almost 10 years now. So I hope that you dug it. And if you did, let me know, drop a comment, subscribe if you dig my energy and want to get more readings from me. Also, I do dream interpretations. So if you're having some wild dreams and you're not really sure what to make of them, but you feel like they're significant, definitely contact me. That info is in the description box below. It's all sliding scale, so I want my services to be accessible. And it also helps me because I get more, you know, more kind of time and practice with lots of different types of people. You know what I mean? I've been doing dream interpretation all my life for my friends and family, but I'd really like to get better at, you know, and not better at, but just continue to hone my skills, right? So it helps me and it helps you. So I hope that you will, you know, give me that opportunity. So it is accessible, sliding scale. Hit me up if you need it. Yeah, also, if you feel like dropping me a donation, there are donation links in the description box below. Also really helps, and I super appreciate it. But yeah, so okay, awesome. Thanks, Cancer. I really appreciate it. Hope you dug the reading, and I will see you again next time.